In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Dear Lord Jesus, Heavenly Father, please seal my soul. Shield me, guard me, guide me, protect me in love and light. I rebuke all evil entities and I banish them back to their source, body and blood. Amen. I am with Virginia Souders and I'm looking for her husband. Richard Souders, are you here? He's here. His voice seemed kind of, I don't want to say raspy, but it's like he had trouble talking, is the way that he's like trying to come through now. He does the, like he keeps doing,
Okay.
he's making me feel like I got something in my throat. Richard Souders, can you please give me something that Virginia would understand? I feel like he's speaking about a garage, whether you have a garage or want a garage, but it's just, there's something about like having a car in the garage or needing to go to the garage with a vehicle.
Okay.
Richard. Interesting. I heard. I tried to ask. I heard the word flounder when I asked for something more. The first thing that my mind went to, this is separate from spirit, was The Little Mermaid, because that's like the only thing I know flounder with. But I would know if like there was any kind of connection with like movies or Disney, especially when he's bringing that up.
Like flounder, like a fish?
Flounder.
Oh.
That was my first thing, like fish. Also seeing boots right now. These would be his boots. They look brown. Dark brown. I feel like I'm seeing I'm seeing a front door to a house, and it looks like the door is dark. It looks like there's like long glass in the door, but I also see like once you walk in there's like a really long carpet runner. I see stairs as well, like a banister.
Okay.
Richard Souders, is there a message that you would like to give to Virginia Souders? Oh my God, I love you so much, I love you, and I miss you. I'm seeing like these little mason jar glasses that seem like they're lined up against like the wall of a kitchen. He's thanking you right now. He's thanking you for who you are to him and who you are to everybody on top of that. But mostly all that you've ever done for him in this lifetime and in others. You guys have actually, how many? Most recent past 7 lifetimes you guys have experienced together in one way or another. He goes, but back to this one. He's calling you his backbone. He says, this is the way he's explaining your energy. You're like the commander. You know you have to do this. You know that you're supposed to be doing this. Why aren't you doing this? Like he's saying that if it wasn't for you, he says, I will not call myself stubborn. He says, but if it wasn't for you, that he would not do half the things that he was supposed to be doing.
That's interesting.
Richard Souders, what else would you like to tell Virginia? He's actually asking you a question. He wants to know if he said, I want to know how she feels about the space. He says, enjoying space.
Enjoying space? I wonder if that means like the house?
Like, I don't want to use the word alone because it doesn't feel like you're alone. Like, it feels like you talk to people, you get around people. So, like, I don't want to use the word alone. Just having your space, having your time.
Oh, my solitude. The solitude is nice, but there are definitely things that I miss about him.
He's joking. He goes like this. Like as if to say like his good looks. He's like, my charm. And he goes like that. He says he just wants to see you smile. He says that he knows that you have been through a lot. It feels like you were at a point in your life where you always have people or situations coming at you. Like a lot of plates in the air, always having to do so much on the go kind of feeling is like what he's making me see you. But it's like you didn't. He says you did it with grace. You did it with finesse, like being able to handle multitask. We'll call it multitasking. So many different things. He's wanting you to be mindful that there always needs to be space for you to do the things that you need to do or want to do.
Okay.
He says peace is at home.
Yes.
This, like you go out and you have your day.
That's the recharge place.
Yes, like you're going out and having your day, and like it doesn't even really feel like you're bending over backwards for people. You just feel like a really busy person. And it's like a reminder, like, you know, just remember that. Rewind, pull it in. Peace is at home.
Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of busy lately.
He says just be careful not to get burnt out.
Okay.
Do you want to ask him any questions?
Does he know who was holding his left hand when he passed?
Were there 3 people in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
But there was more than 3 people.
Well, there's like 3 prominent people that he's showing me, like, around him that, I'm just gonna use the word prominent. It's a female energy. I don't want to say it was you. Like, it feels like a daughter energy, or like just like a feminine energy.
There was 2 other women in the room besides me. Oh, no, there was a 4th. I had to think back. So there was 4 women.
Okay. He's not giving me a clear answer on who was holding his left hand, but he's talking about the feminine energy in the room that was most comforting to him. So of course your energy, but there was other feminine energy that was in the room that he's pointing out to me.
Was it living energy or energy?
Alive.
Yeah, okay, someone who was alive. Okay.
It almost feels like prayer. Like, even if it wasn't out loud, it felt like a female praying.
Okay, yes, we did have a prayer for him.
Okay.
A female did come in and do a prayer.
He said he loved that.
I did too.
I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like he's got this like overwhelming good, very, very peaceful, very, very happy feeling about that. He's saying thank you with gratitude.
That was difficult for me because I'm not a religious person, and we've had a lot of discussions about a lot of really cool things.
I got you.
The beyond, mediums, aliens, ghosts, all that stuff. But, I felt she did good. She did good. Yeah, it was a nice prayer.
Her energy was beautiful, and she's beyond religion as well. That might be why why he's saying the energy felt so good. But he's talking about how.
And it was a female too that did the prayer. Yeah.
But he said that he was very happy. So I'm gonna explain what he's saying. With prayer, I'm not religious, okay? Even though you saw me with prayer in the beginning, I know that there's higher source. I know that there's angels. If you could see the amount of angels that prayer created, that moment, that night, that's what he is referring to. There was how many? There was about 20 or so angels wrapped around the circle of that room. Her prayer brought that to the room. He says he wasn't afraid to go, but there was a little bit of inquisitive energy, like, all right, so what's the next step? What's gonna happen now? Like, it's not even fear of the unknown, but it was more like I'm ready. So what's coming next?
Yeah, like a curiosity.
Yeah, more like, all right, so what do we do now? Like,
yeah,
that's how it felt.
So would it have been female energy coming to greet him or coming to help him transition?
2 males and a female.
2 males and a female?
He got that out very, very fast to me.
2 males and a female?
Yeah, I asked what side of his family. He said both.
Okay. 2 males and a female. Okay. I wonder if it was his mother and father, but I can't think of who the other male would have been. But anyway.
It could have been a spirit guide. He's saying yes. Okay. His main spirit guide. So we all have a main spirit guide. They will be with us from beginning to end. And then throughout life we plan different lessons and seasons throughout our life where different spirit guides will come and tap in and be with us, and then when we don't need them anymore, then they'll go back, and then a new spirit guide, because we have like 3 or 4 usually at all times. They kind of shove us back on track if we get a little too far out there.
Are they family members by any chance, the spirit guides?
This one was from a few lifetimes ago, he's saying. And spirit guides don't have to be. There are some spirit guides that have never incarnated into a human experience, but he says this one was from a few lifetimes ago. But it was his mother and it was his father. The father looked like he had a very long, like, square face to me with darker hair. And now he's showing himself, not older, he's showing himself how he would be in like his 30s or 40s.
Okay.
His dad.
Okay. Does he know anything special about today, December 3rd?
So the first feeling it felt like was like documentation, almost like an anniversary of something, like a repetition.
Yeah, it's an anniversary of his father.
Of his father's passing?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was a little afraid that
You're
his
okay.
dad would come through. And I was like, I love my father-in-law, but I want to talk to my husband.
He can, ooh, tingles. As you said his passing, he came up and put his hand on his shoulder. Your father-in-law put his hand on your husband's shoulder as you were confirming that to me.
Okay.
He's not really saying much. He's just there and he's smiling. He's got a very soft energy.
Yeah.
Very soft and sweet. It's masculine, but it's reserved and soft.
Yeah.
He's got a little smile, like, not too much, but just like enough to let you know that he's happy.
Yeah.
What else would you like to ask him?
I know this is kind of weird, but does he know what I'm holding in my left hand?
That feels
Is
like
that weird?
that feels like a test to me, but I mean, I'll try.
Oh, okay.
So it looks shiny. I'll say that. It looks round.
Mm.
It was a mix between. First, I thought it was a pen because it was shiny, but then it looked round to me. But I still see something shiny regardless.
Huh. It's weird. Oh, well, I wonder if it's my ring. Because I'm holding it with my ring. It could be the shiny. Okay.
Other than that, the only thing I could see would be like a piece of paper, but I'm not really quite sure.
Yeah, there's actually paper on, there's paper sitting on my table here.
So what's in your hand? Now I want to know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's in
Does
your
he
hand?
know he's a great-granddad?
Does he what?
Does he know he's a great-grandfather?
It says yes. I just see the... Currently? He's showing me an image of when the baby was like... I mean, we're talking... Not newborn, but like maybe a couple weeks old. Like, you know how like when you go to do bath time with a child, how they're kind of like... We're talking like little. Like just one of their first baths. It was like I saw a quick image of like that.
Male or female?
Male.
Does he know if it's... That's right. Cool. Oh my gosh.
Do you want to keep talking to him, or did you want me to see if I could bring Ethel in? We're at 15 minutes. It's up to you. If you want to keep talking, this is your reading.
Oh man. Did he feel that he went peacefully?
He said, I did. He cut you off. He was already saying, I did. He said, at that point, I had everything that I ever needed, anything that I ever wanted. He says, there's anything that I didn't. He goes, if there was something that I didn't need, then I didn't really need it, did I? That was cute. The way he said it. I wasn't expecting that. Aw. He's in good spirits. He feels very good. Energetically, he feels very good. He's at peace. He's happy. He's fine. What are you doing? It feels like he's playing games. So we can have a whole nother life up there. There's all kinds of things that we can do. We can create all different things. We can send those thoughts into loved ones for like creative projects to be sparked, to stimulate our minds. Here's an example. They could come up with a cure for something on the other side and then send it through the mind of a doctor or a scientist. This is just an example. And then that's where the creation of that starts. So those are called jobs in the spiritual realm. To me, it almost looks like strategic board games is like what he's like bringing forward to me right now, like what he's involved in over there.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like a little bit of fun, a little bit of mind stimulation, nothing too serious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We played a lot of card games with his family. Yeah. Oh God. Will he continue to see me? I've only seen him once since he passed. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't really think I have anything, but people, like my male figures in my family, I see them in my dreams once in a while.
You do have something. You have a few. You have 5 active gifts right now, whether you use them or know about them or not. But dreaming is definitely a gift.
It's always been male figures. That's why I want to talk to my grandma.
I see. Okay.
I've never seen her, but
I got you.
I saw my grandpa, my uncle. I actually saw a coworker who passed years ago. I saw him about 3 days after he had passed.
Wow.
And we used to kid about, him wearing different colored shirts and stuff. And so all he did was he would just stood in front of me smiling, and he had a shirt on, a color I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, that's clairvoyant.
And I think he was telling me he was okay.
Definitely.
I think that's
definitely. Yeah. He looks more slender to me, this gentleman you're speaking of.
Yeah, he wasn't.
No? Okay. I don't know who I'm seeing then, but
Yeah.
I see slender male.
Yeah.
He looked young. He looked like, what is it? I don't know if you've seen the show Sheldon from on Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
Like, I just got like a glimpse of a guy that looked like that really quickly.
That's weird.
I always say what I see.
But anyway, so yeah, I have his ashes, my husband's ashes.
I see.
And I have it in a pendant, and I hung it above my bed. On my ceiling, I have a ceiling fan.
Okay.
And so it's, does he know the shape of what that is?
Of the pendant?
Yeah.
It feels like it's oval.
Does he know the color?
It looks like a brownish gray, like in between those two.
Huh. Does he know I have his heartbeat?
So like I'm seeing the device. It's like a little white recording box thing.
I think it is white.
Yeah, he just showed it to me. I want to talk about this. He's asking me to talk about it with you, so I will. I usually don't tell people what their gifts are, but there's this one gift that you have, and you use it all. I think you use it all the time. I'm about to ask you if you do. So, the name of the gift is called precognition. Now, what precognition is, do you ever just ask yourself a question in your head, and it's as if you receive the answer, and it doesn't even need to be immediately, but it's like a sense of knowing, or you figure it out and you might not, maybe you don't even realize that you're doing it. But it's like if you ever want to know something or you're wondering about something and you're just in your head and then you get the answer and you don't even have proof that that is the right answer, like a thought will come through and that would be the answer. And then there's times later on where you're like, oh my God, that is that is what that is. That was right. I was right there.
Sometimes I'll think about something, or like if I can't figure something out, I'll just try to do something else, and then all of a sudden the answer pops into my head.
Yeah, that's one of your strong gifts that you have. When you said, I don't know if I have anything, like I'm listening to you talk and I heard precognition. And that is one of the gifts that you actually use the most.
That's pretty cool. And he's telling you to tell me that?
Mm-hmm. He says that he says he knows that you like this kind of stuff.
Oh. I mean, I didn't tell many people that I was getting a reading because I know that there's, people think whatever they think and I don't care. But I said, well, I'm going to keep an open mind because I'm curious and, you just don't know. I mean, plus I need peace with him. I need to know he's at peace.
He's very at peace. I got tingles everywhere. He is very at peace. He just showed me a beach scene. Not saying like he goes to a beach, but like, how would you feel if you were at a beach? Like he just like, I just saw like this beautiful beach scene. Like, he's like, honey, I feel like I'm on vacation. No worries, no hardships, no pain, no stress. He doesn't have to worry about his body anymore.
Yeah.
That's what he's most happy about, is that he doesn't have the illnesses. He doesn't have to worry about health. All the pains. Every time that he'd go to move, it's like back pain especially is like what I'm feeling, like lower back and that shoots up.
Yeah. Yeah, he had lower back issues.
That's what he's just like griminy, like doesn't want to like deal with the movement.
Yeah.
He said he felt so stuck. He doesn't have to feel that anymore.
Is he okay with me contacting him? I mean...
He said absolutely. He says you're already trying to do it whether you realize it or not. Every time you think about him, you're calling him in. That's what that is. When you're thinking about him, even if you're not like directly having a conversation in your mind to him, just thinking about him and wondering about him brings his presence to you.
But I'm giving him peace even though I'm talking about him and thinking about it.
Yeah, he's got free will. He's got free will, and it's so different where he is. Time doesn't exist. Everything exists simultaneously. Like, I know it's hard to wrap your mind around. He could be in so many different places at one time. So the best way that I could, no, it's not like this, but this is the best analogy that I could give you. If you were to think about him, it's like there's this little button on his desk that would light up. Oh, there she is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, like it's like so it's not really, you're not a burden, you're not bothering him. It's he feels you. He is actually around you quite often because of how you think about him. It's not even a protection energy. I don't want to say protection like to make you feel like you're in fear or like harm or anything like that. But he is definitely around you.
So he had something, because he's kind of the one who kind of turned me on to just being curious about stuff, because I know that he could see ghosts, sort of, or images.
That's so funny, because I saw a bunch of like white sheets hanging in a closet, and I said, "What is this?" And then you start talking, like it was like a joking energy, like think about seeing ghosts, like sheets.
Oh,
do you understand what I'm saying? That's funny.
So, okay, so this just popped into my head. Did Bella call? I had a dream the day he went to the hospital. It was him and her. I could see her. It's funny, when I dream of my dog, it always looks like my dog. Sometimes when I dream about people, I know it's them, even though I don't maybe see their face, but I know it's them. And so I had a dream that he was laying down like in a white sheet, but I couldn't see his face, but it was him.
Okay.
And she was laying on him. And so I told him about that dream the next day. And then I told him, I said, well, if she's trying to come get you, she can't have you.
Right.
But
so I'm going to
then,
ask
of course,
him, I'll ask him about what you're asking, but I want to point out how he just talked about white sheets, and then you talk about your dream with white sheets. I'm trying to teach you that they can hear your thoughts, that they know things that you don't think that they could know. I thought that was pretty cool. Can you answer, Richard, can you answer Virginia's question about her dream and the dog? What was that? That dream represented you missing your dog and then worrying about when he was going to go, that you would be missing him. Your mind was trying to sort out emotions and feelings.
okay. Because that was like the first day he was in the hospital. That I wouldn't have known he was going.
Right.
I wouldn't have known.
Tell me more.
Oh,
She was there to greet him as well.
she was there to greet him, Bella was?
Mm-hmm. That's what I just asked him. Man, I just keep seeing a small little dog.
Yeah, she was a little dog.
This is coming through so small to me.
Yeah, she's small. She was small. Has he found Harvey?
Now, is Harvey an animal or a person?
Animal.
Okay. This does not feel like a dog. Is this a cat?
No, it's a dog.
Okay, this doesn't feel like a dog to me. Was Harvey dark?
Yes.
Okay. Definitely bigger than Bella.
Yes.
A lot bigger than Bella. Now I'm starting to get the image. Always had his tongue out.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at pictures on that.
You can see big dark dog with a dark nose with the tongue hanging out. Almost looks like the dog smiles.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
The dog is present. Harvey is present. He feels like a cat to me. I'm sorry, just the energy wise feels like a cat. Kind of like I got my own personality. I hear you. I know what you're saying, but I'll do it half the time. I'll do it when I want to. It's like you can't really make me do it.
Yeah.
That's how his energy feels coming through. So we got 2 minutes left if you wanted to ask him anything else.
Oh gosh, if I want to ask him anything else.
If you don't have anything else to ask him, I'll ask if he's got anything else that he wants to say to you before he goes.
Ask him if there's anything else I need to know.
I got you. All right, let me see. Richard Souders, is there anything else that you would like to say to your wife, Virginia Souders, before you go? He goes, you're a hot mess, but I love you. He goes, I wouldn't have you any other way. He says, he keeps pushing that he wants you to focus on yourself right now. There might come a time in the future that you're going to be getting burnt out if you say yes to too many things. So make sure that you're saving space for yourself. If you need to pull yourself back, make sure that you're pulling yourself back. He says he doesn't want to see you crash and burn by being overwhelmed. Now just because you're not feeling that now, wait till like a week or two when you got your whole plate full of all this stuff that you didn't even realize was going to be coming towards you. And he like, this is kind of like him. I don't like to use the word warning because it's got negative stigma. This is like a, hey, heads up, like if so many people come at you needing assistance, needing help, needing favors, you have the right to say no. Don't be burning the candle from both ends. He's making that very, very clear. He's not saying that you're sick or that there's anything wrong with your health right now, but it could become detrimental if you stretch yourself too far.
Okay. Yeah, I have parents who are in their 80s.
Okay.
So, that they have needs, but I wonder if that's
He says there's always assistance when it comes to them. But don't limit where your mind is going that it would only be them that need help. He's just saying like open mind if there's others out there that might need, whether it's a friend, a coworker, a client, a family member, whatever the case is, like just be mindful. He's just saying put yourself first. You need to remember to put yourself first.
Okay.
He's pushing that very hard right now.
Wow.
It feels like a negative domino effect would happen if those are coming to you, need your help, and then you want to help everyone. It's like a negative domino effect for yourself. So to prevent that from happening, just make sure that you are only doing what you want to do, what you can do, not that you feel like you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's interesting. Yeah.
He's saying
I didn't think I'm not like a yes person, so
Well,
the only people I would have done that for would probably be my family, you know.
he said holidays pull heartstrings.
Pardon?
He said holidays pull heartstrings.
Oh, yeah.
So he's saying be mindful. He's like, you ain't gotta be the Grinch. He's so funny. He said, you ain't gotta be the Grinch. He's like, just be mindful. That's all. He cares about you.
Yeah.
He cares about you
Yeah.
so much. He's sending you so much love right now, and he just wants you to know that he is always around you, and just for you to take it easy.
Okay.
Okay? I'm gonna thank him. He goes to you as he's going. That was sweet. Aw, his energy feels really good and sweet.